Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we are continuing our 1978 retro replay using Digital Diamond Baseball. Tonight's matchup, the 1978 Cubs visiting the 1978 New York Mets, and it's April 10th, 1978 in retro gaming world. So let's quickly go to the lineups here. For the Chicago Cubs, leading off, Ivan DeJesus playing shortstop. Batting second and playing center field, Greg Gross. Batting third, playing first, Bill Buckner. Batting fourth, Bobby Mercer, playing right field. Batting fifth, playing left field, Kong, Dave Kingman. Batting sixth, playing second base, Manny Trio. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Dave Rader. Batting eighth, playing third, Hector Cruz. Batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Chicago Cubs, Dennis Lamp. And in 1978, Dennis Lamp, 7 wins, 15 losses, earned run average of 3.30. Now for the hometown team, which I will be managing, the 1978 New York Mets. Leading off, playing center field, the switch-hitting Lee Mazzilli. Batting second, playing third base, Bobby Valentin. Batting third, playing second base, Joel Youngblood. Playing first, batting fourth, Willie Montanez. Batting fifth, playing right field, Ken Henderson. Batting sixth, playing left field, Steve Henderson. Batting seventh and doing the catching, John Stearns. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Tim Foley. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the New York Mets, Craig Swan. In 1978, Craig Swan was 9 wins, 6 losses, and an earned run average of 2.43. Hello, Elin in the chat. How are you? This is Digital Diamond Baseball. Hope all is well with you. Let's go to the matchup and start the game here. So Craig Swan is on the mound, leading off for the Cubs, Ivan DeJesus. He needs a 7.54 or better to reach base safely. Greg Gross needs a 7.30 or higher to reach base safely. And if he gets the miracle of miracle rolls, his only chance for a home run against Swan, 9.99. The windup and the pitch by Swan. The dice roll. That's a 5.04. That goes to Tim Foley. High hopper to short. Foley throws to Montanez at first. 2 away. Two outs, no one on. Bill Buckner steps to the plate. Left-handed batting first baseman. He hit .323 in 1978 and .285 off right-handed pitching. Buckner needs a 7.09 or higher to reach base safely. Here's the windup and the pitch to Billy Buck. 2 outs, no one on. The dice roll. 3.52. That goes to Youngblood. Ground ball. He ranges to his left. Throws to first. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. The Cubs don't score. And here come the Mets. Due up for the New York Mets, Mazzilli, Valentine, and Youngblood. They'll be facing Dennis Lamp, who, once again, went 7 wins and 15 losses, ERA at 3.30 in 1978. Mazzilli hit .273 and off right-handed pitching .267. Mets center fielder, switch hitter. He'll be batting left-handed against the right-handed throwing Lamp. Mazzilli needs a 6'4", 8 or higher to reach base safely. Raider flashes the sign. Here's the pitch to Mazzilli. The dice roll. That's a 908. Mazzilli singles into right field. A leadoff single for Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli is a threat to steal. Bobby Valentin steps to the plate. Valentin hit 269 for the Mets in limited playing time in 1978. Valentine needs a 700 or better to reach base safely. Mazzilli is a stealing threat, as I stated. He needs under a 380 to get the proper lead to attempt the steal, and I think we're going to try that. Raider's arm is a 3, and that's not too good. And then if Mazzilli gets the proper lead, he needs under a 610 to steal safely. So we're going to attempt the steal here with Mazzilli. So we need under a 380 to get the proper lead to attempt the steal. We don't get it, so Mazzilli will have to stay put. He doesn't get a good jump. And he almost gets picked off. Whoa. Just gets back safely to first. So now Bobby V will swing away. Here's the pitch to Bobby Valentin. The dice roll. That's a wild pitch. Mazzilli gets a second anyway. That was high and outside. So Mazzilli's in scoring position for Bobby Valentine, and now we're going to switch it up a bit. Valentine is a 90% bunt success, so we're going to bunt him over to third. We will need to roll under a 900. Here's the dice roll for the sacrifice. That's a 4-2-5. He drops a beautiful bunt down the third base line. Cruz picks it up, throws to first, but Mazzilli advances to third. One away, Mazzilli now can score on an out or a wild pitch. Joel Youngblood steps to the plate. He hit 252 in 1978 and 303 off right-handed pitching. That's why he is inserted in the lineup today. We did not go with the as-played lineup as I looked at it for the Mets, and it was poorly designed. So I added some players in who hit right-handed pitching better. Lamp sets and delivers to Youngblood. Here's the pitch, the dice roll. That's a 3-1-9. And that goes out to Kingman in left field. He makes the catch. And it's too shallow for Mazzilli to score. Wow. 2 outs. It's going to be up to Montanez to knock Mazzilli in now. Youngblood couldn't send that ball deep enough. That's a bit disappointing for the Mets there. We did all the small ball right, but we couldn't get the deep fly ball. Willie Montanez steps to the plate. He hits 270 against right-handed pitching. The windup and the pitch from Lamp. Montanez needs a 6.60 or higher to reach base safely. A 7.46 or better to knock Mazzilli in with a hit. The higher the dice roll, the better the result for Montanez. Here's the pitch. The dice roll. That's a 6-2-3. That's going out to Gross in center field. And he makes the catch. So the Mets squander a scoring opportunity. At the end of 1, no score. Due up for the Cubs, Mercer, Kingman, and Trio. Bobby Mercer to lead off, left-handed batting right fielder. Hit 281 in 1978 and 301 off right-handed pitching. Mercer needs a 6.34 or higher to reach base safely. The windup and the pitch from Craig Swan. The dice roll. That's a 0.55. That is a strikeout. Big swing and a miss. 1 away. And now comes Kong, Dave Kingman. Actually, not too bad in 1978. He hit 266 and 253 off right-handed pitching. He has tremendous power. His home run roll is 9.54 or higher. To reach base safely, though, 8.04 or higher. He's pretty much all or nothing sometimes, King Kong Dave Kingman. Stern flashes the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Kingman. One down. Here's the dice roll. No one on. That's an 8-2-0. Kingman patiently works a walk. So Kingman's at first. He's a possibility to steal. He has decent speed when it comes to stealing. Manny Trio steps to the plate. Hit 261 in 1978, but only 221 off right-handed pitching. Swan sets and delivers to Trio. Kingman at first. That ball goes to Foley. Let's see if they can turn two. Oh, it's a pop-up. They will not turn two. Kingman quickly gets back. Foley makes the catch. 2 down. Dave Rader steps to the plate. Rader hit 203 in 1978, doing the catching for the Cubs. He will need extra bases to knock in Kingman from first. To reach base safely, 7.59 or better. His home run roll, he needs a swing of 9.96 or higher. So that's a very limited possibility there. The windup and the pitch from Swan. Dave Kingman's at first. Montanez holding him on. The dice roll. 2 down. That's a 5-1-6. That ball goes to Bobby Valentine at third. And Valentine makes the catch on the line drive. Inning over. The Cubs don't score. We go to the bottom of the second. Cubs 0, Mets 0. Due up for the Mets. Henderson, and Stearns. Sounds like a law firm. Ken Henderson steps to the plate to face Dennis Lamp. Henderson's a switch hitter. He will be batting left-handed. He only hit 227 in 1978, but he's inserted in the lineup, or kept in the lineup, because he hit 267 off right-handed pitching. Again, limited at-bats for Henderson. But we might as well use him while we can. Henderson needs a 7.08 or higher to reach base safely. If you're thinking home run swing, he needs a roll of 9.84 or better. Lamp sets and delivers. Here's the pitch, the dice roll. 2-7-3. That ball's going out to Mercer. It's a shallow fly ball. Mercer comes in, makes the catch, out number 1. Now up Steve Henderson. Henderson hit 266 in 1978, 235 off right-handed pitching. Steve Henderson needs a 7.64 or better to reach base safely. Rader flashed the sign, the windup and the pitch from Lamp. The dice roll. 9-7-3, that's going to be a triple to center field, as Gross cannot catch up with that ball. So a 1-out triple for Steve Henderson. He's in scoring position. And it brings up John Stearns, who hit 264 in 1978, but only 228 off right-handed pitching. If we're thinking about a squeeze play, Stearns needs to roll under a 750, I believe. But we're not going to do that. We're going to hope Stearns gets a deep fly ball here, or a ground ball to the right side. Henderson should score as long as Stearns doesn't hit the ball right back at the pitcher or the third baseman. Stearns needs a 7.50 or higher to reach base safely. A single is an 8.38 or higher. Once again, the higher the dice roll for the batter, the better the result. The lower the dice roll, the better for the defensive team in the field. So here's the windup and the pitch to Stearns. Henderson at third. The dice roll. That's a 9-3-1, and that's going to be a single into left field. 1-0 Mets. 1 out. Stearns at first. Buckner holding him on. Tim Foley, the Mets shortstop, steps to the plate. He batted 257 in 1978, 245 off right-handed pitching. Stearns is a threat to steal, and we're going to attempt it. Stearns will need under a 430 to get the proper lead, then under a 660 to steal the base. So here's the roll for the proper lead. He doesn't get it. That's a 508. He'll have to stay right there. So Tim Foley will be swinging away now. Foley needs a 7-7-3 or higher to reach base safely. Here's the pitch. The dice roll. That's a 2-1-3. That ball goes to DeJesus. It's a pop-up. He's calling for it. He makes the catch. Out number 2. Stern retreats back to first base. So with 2 outs, the pitcher, Craig Swan, steps to the plate now. He only batted .154. And for him to reach base safely, .820 or higher. Here's the pitch to Swan. Stern's at first. 2 outs. The dice roll. That's a 9-1-1! Swan singles into right field. Now, we can take the extra base here. Mercer's arm is not what it used to be. We need to roll under a 7-6-6. We're going to take the chance here and try to get Stearns to third. 4-7-9. Stearns will make it to third, as Mercer's throw is way too late. So Swan, the pitcher, helps his own cause with a 2-out single. Runners at the corners for Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli's 1 for 1 today. RBI opportunity here. He'll need a base hit to knock in Stearns. And for that, that is a 7-4-1 or higher. To reach base safely, 6-3-8 or better. Here's the pitch to Mazzilli. Stearns at third, Swan at first. Lamp delivers. That's a 7-6-2. That's going to be an infield hit. And scoring from third is Stearns, as that was a little chopper. DeJesus came in on it, but Mazzilli has pretty good speed, especially batting from the left side. He beats it out. 2-0 Mets. Swan advances to second. With 2 outs, Bobby Valentine steps to the plate. He has no official at-bat yet. To reach base safely, needs a 7-0-5 or better. Valentine sacrificed in the first inning. Here's the pitch from Lamp to Valentine. The dice roll. That's a 0-1-0. That's going to be a strikeout. Inning over. Mets score 2. 2 runs on 4 hits. 2 runners left on. After 2, the Mets 2, the Cubs nothing. Due up for the Chicago Cubs, Cruz, Lamp, and the top of the order, Ivan DeJesus. Hector Cruz hit .237 in 1978. To reach base safely, 7-8-5 or higher. Here's the pitch from Swan. The dice roll. 3-8-9, that ball is out in center field to Mazzilli. It's a deep fly ball. Mazzilli continues to go back on it, and he makes the fine running catch for the first out of the inning. Dennis Lamp, the pitcher, steps to the plate. He batted .205 in 78. To reach base safely, 8-3-8 or better. Here's the pitch to Lamp. No one on, 1 out, the dice roll. 8-9-0, and like his counterpart, he gets a single. Lamp singles into left field. That's always tough when the pitcher gives up a hit to the opposing pitcher. So that's Dennis Lamp's revenge against Craig Swan. Lamp's at first, 1 out. Ivan DeJesus steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. DeJesus needs a 7-4-9 or higher to reach base safely. Lamp is not a threat to steal, even though his stealing is under 650, but he'd have to roll under 190 to get the proper lead. Here's the pitch to DeJesus. The dice roll. We await the result. That's a 2-5-8. That ball's to Foley. It's a hard line drive, and Foley makes the catch. So there's 2 outs now. DeJesus hit it hard, but he hit it right at Tim Foley. Stepping to the plate, left-handed batting, center fielder Greg Gross 0 for 1 today. He'll have to find a gap to score Lamp from first, though Lamp will be off and running on contact because there's 2 outs. And if you're thinking double or better, Gross needs a 9-5-9 or higher. To reach base safely, 720 or higher. If you're a Mets fan, you want under a 720. Here's the pitch. The dice roll. The result. We shall see. 1-2-5. That ball goes to Youngblood at second. Line drive. He jumps and he snags it out of the air. Robbing Gross of a hit. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Mets. Due up for the New York Mets. Youngblood, who just made that terrific defensive play at second. Montanez and Henderson. Youngblood 0 for 1. He needs a 7.35 or greater to reach base safely. The windup and the pitch from Dennis Lamb. The dice roll. 9.06. That's a single in the left field. 1 for 2, Youngblood is. Youngblood is definitely a threat to steal. And we're going to attempt it. Youngblood will need under a 260 to get the proper lead, then under a 740 to steal the base. So here's the roll for the lead. We don't get it. 745, too high. Youngblood will stay put. Willie Montanez will now get a chance to swing away. Montanez needs a 6.50 or greater to reach base safely. His home run swing would be a roll of a 9.89 or better. Here's the pitch to Montanez. Youngblood at first. No outs. And that's a 6.90. Montanez's patience works for him as he walks. So runners at first and second. No outs. Ken Henderson steps to the plate. Mets leading 2-0. On deck is Steve Henderson. And I think we're going to attempt a sacrifice to try to move Youngblood and Montanez into scoring position. We will have to roll under a 750. So we're going to sacrifice bunt here. Here's the roll. That's a 6.29. It's a good bunt. Rader fields it. The catcher throws to Buckner at first for the out. But Youngblood and Montanez advance. Youngblood at third, Montanez at second now. So once again, we can score on an out here, hopefully. Got to play a lot of small ball with the Mets. They don't have a tremendous hitting team. So Henderson needs a 7.64 or better to reach safely. An 8.24 or higher is a base hit. And to possibly score 2 runs. Lamp in a bit of trouble here. Cubs down 2-0. Here's the pitch to Steve Henderson. Runners at second and third. Here's the dice roll. And he strikes out on the 0-0-8. That's just what we did not want if you're a Mets fan. You wanted the ball to be put in play. Henderson did not do that. Big strikeout for Dennis Lamp. 2 outs now, so it's going to take a base hit or a wild pitch to score a Youngblood or a passed ball or an error. Stern. 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. Stern will need an 8.38 or better to knock in most likely 2 runs, as both runners will be off on contact with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. To reach base safely, 7.50 or greater. Lamp delivers to Stearns. Here's the dice roll. 6-2-1. That ball's out to center field. Gross is there. He makes the catch. Inning over. Lamp pitches out of the jam. Mets squander a great opportunity there to get another run. We go to the top of the fourth. The New York Mets 2, the Chicago Cubs nothing. Due up for the Cubs, Buckner, Mercer, and Kong, Dave Kingman. Billy Buckner steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Buck needs a 7.09 or greater to reach base safely. Swan delivers the pitch. Here's the dice roll. That's a 0-2-5. Buckner goes down swinging. A strikeout. 1 down. Bobby Mercer steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Bobby Mercer needs greater than a 6.3 or 6.34 or greater to reach base safely. And if you're thinking home run for Bobby Mercer, that roll would consist of a 9.92 or better. Stern splashes the sign. Swan winds and delivers to Mercer. Here's the dice roll. That's a 0-0-8. That's going to be a strikeout. So the first 2 batters, K. And now Kong. Dave Kingman steps to the plate. Tremendous power. His home run swing once again consists of a dice roll of 954 or greater. To reach base safely, 804 or better. Here's the pitch to Dave King Kong Kingman. The dice roll. No one on, 2 outs. That's a 4-4-8. That ball goes to Foley. Hard ground ball. Backhand grab. Throws to Montanez. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mets still lead the Cubs 2-0. Due up for the Mets. Foley, Swan, and Mazzilli. Tim Foley 0 for 1. Foley has a little pop in his bat. His home run swing consists of a roll of 987 or greater. To reach base safely, 778 or higher. Here's the pitch from Lamp. That's an 8-9-0. That's going to be a single into left field. A leadoff single for Tim Foley. Brings up Craig Swan. And Swan will attempt to bunt Foley over to second. Swan will have to roll under a 7-5-0. Here's the bunt attempt, the dice roll. That's a 1-2-9. That's going to be bunted down the third base line. Cruz comes in and throws to first. Just to nip Swan. But Swan does his job. Foley advances to second. So Foley's in scoring position. 1 away. Lee Mazzilli steps to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with 1 RBI. Mazzilli wants a 7-5-1 or higher to knock Foley in. 6-4-8 or better to reach base safely. Once again, Dennis Lamp finds himself in a bit of a jam here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch to Mazzilli. The dice roll. That's an 8-2-4. That's a single up the middle. And we have a 690 chance to score Foley, so we have to roll under a 690. We're going to take that chance. Here comes the dice roll, and he's going to be gunned out at the plate. Great throw by Gross. Mazzilli goes to second on the throw. So Gross maintains the 2-run deficit by gunning down Tim Foley at the plate. Raider applied the tag. So now there's 2 outs. Mazzilli's in scoring position for Bobby Valentin. Valentin will need a 7-7-4 or higher to knock in Mazzilli. Again, Mazzilli, pretty good speed. 2 outs. He'll be off on contact. 7:05 or better for Valentin to reach base safely. Lamp delivers to Bobby V. Here's the dice roll. That's a 4-7-3. And that's a fly ball out to Mercer. And he makes the catch. Inning over. The Mets threaten. But a great throw by Greg Gross from center field. They do not score. We go to the top of the 5th. The Mets 2, the Cubs nothing. Due up for the Cubbies. Trio, Raider, and Cruz. Manny Trio steps to the plate. Cubs second baseman. 0 for 1. Here's the pitch by Swan. Trio needs an 803 or greater. The dice roll. That's a 4-1-0. That ball's going out to Steve Henderson in left field. That's a deep fly ball. Henderson continues to go back to the warning track, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Dave Raider steps to the plate. Cubs catcher 0 for 1. He needs a 7-6-9 or greater to reach base safely. Swan working quickly. Here's the pitch. The dice roll. That's a 7-1-4. Another ball hit out to Henderson. Another deep fly ball. Henderson again going to the warning track and making the catch. 2 down. So a couple of solid shots to the warning track and left. Now up Hector Cruz, the Cubs third baseman, 0 for 1. Cruz needs a 7-8-5 or greater to reach base safely. A home run swing consists of a roll of 9-8-6 or better. John Stern flashes the sign. Swan nods his head. He sets and delivers to Hector Cruz. The dice roll. 2 outs, no one on. That's an 8-8-9. That's going to be a single up the middle. So a 2-out single for Hector Cruz. Possibility of the theft to second base. He'll need if they do that, he will need under a 190 to get the proper lead, and then under a 650. And with Dennis Lamp at the plate, I don't think they're going to try to steal, as they don't want the pitcher leading off the inning if he's thrown out. So for Lamp to reach base safely, and Dennis Lamp's 1 for 1, he needs an 833 or greater. Swan wants to get this out here. 2 outs, 1 on. Here's a pitch from Swan to Lamp. The dice roll. That's a 7-4-5. That ball is a pop-up. No, it's out in front of Stearns. Excuse me. He throws to Montanez. And inning over. So that was a dribbler in front of the catcher. Not a pop-up. My faux pas. I apologize. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Mets still lead the Cubbies 2-0. Due up for the Mets, Youngblood, Montanez, and Henderson. Joel Youngblood steps to the plate, 1 for 2. Youngblood needs a 7.35 or greater to reach base safely. His home run swing consists of a dice roll of a 9.69 or greater. Lamp has faced 20 batters. His threshold is 25. Here's the pitch to Youngblood. The dice roll, 7.78. That's a single to center. Youngblood now 2 for 3. He's definitely a threat to steal. And we're going to attempt it. We need under a 260 to get the proper lead and under a 740 to steal the base. Here's the roll for the lead. Too high, 808. Youngblood will stay put. So Willie Montanez will now swing away. Montanez needs a 650 or greater to reach base safely. He's 0 for 1. He's walked once. Lamp delivers the pitch. Youngblood at first. That's a 5-2-3. That ball's going out to Bobby Mercer and right. It's a shallow fly ball. Mercer comes in, makes the catch. Youngblood retreats back to first base. 1 out. Ken Henderson steps to the plate. 0 for 1. Henderson needs a 6.98 or greater to reach base safely. His home run swing, 9.84 or better. Here's the pitch to Henderson from Lamp. That's a 2.83. That ball's going out to left field. And Kingman makes the catch. 2 outs. Youngblood still at first. It's going to be up to Steve Henderson. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Henderson would love to get some extra bases here to score Youngblood. And I would think a double with 2 outs would score Youngblood from first. So Henderson needs a 9.44 or greater to reach base safely, a 7.59 or better. The windup and the pitch by Dennis Lamp. The dice roll. That's a 0.59. He will not make any type of contact. That's a swing and a miss. Inning over. We go to the top of the 6th. The Mets 2. The Cubs nothing. Due up for the Chicago Cubs, DeJesus, Gross, and Buckner. Craig Swan has faced 18 batters. His threshold is 29, so he's in good shape here. He really has to go deep in this ball game, as the Mets bullpen is depleted. They've used it a lot in their first 4 games. Mets have a 2-2 record early on. The Cubs 2-1. DeJesus 0 for 2. He needs 7.54 or greater to reach base safely. Here's the pitch from Swan. The dice roll. 6.81. That ball is to Montanez. It's a hard line drive. He reaches out and makes the catch. 1 down. Greg Gross steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2, but he made one heck of a throw to gun out Tim Foley at the plate to keep this a 2-run deficit for the Cubs. Gross will need a 7.30 or higher to reach base safely. Here's the pitch to Greg Gross from Craig Swan. 1 out, no one on. The dice roll. 0.78. That ball's right back at Swan. He throws it away. Oh, wow. An easy out, and Swan throws the ball away. Montanez was unable to corral that, so Greg Gross reaches safely on an error. And now the tying run comes to the plate with 1 out. Montanez will be holding Greg Gross on. He is a threat to steal. So Bill Buckner, who can pop 1 out, though it's a very slim possibility, as his home runs swing, a.k.a. dice rolls, a 9.98 or greater, so it's basically 9.98 or 9.99. To reach base safely, Buckner needs a 699 or greater. Billy Buck did hit 323, as I stated earlier, in 1978, and 285 off right-handed pitching. So let's see what Billy Buckner can do. 1 out. Gross at first. Here's the pitch to Billy Buck. The dice roll. That's it. 5-8-4. That ball goes to Youngblood. Hard ground ball. Let's see if they can turn 2. Youngblood throws to Foley. To Martinez. Double play. 4-6-3. The Mets get out of the inning unscathed. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Mets still lead the Cubs 2-0. 2 up for the New York Mets. Stearns, Foley, and the pitcher, Swan. John Stearns steps to the plate. The Met catcher 1 for 2, 1 RBI, 1 run scored. He needs a 750 or greater to reach base safely. Here's the pitch from Lamp to Stearns. That's an 8-8-0. That's a single into right field. A leadoff single for Stearns. Lamp is now at his threshold. He has faced 25 batters out of 25. He can probably go a little more. Let's see how far the Cubs will go with Dennis Lamp. Action in the Cubs bullpen, it looks like. Tim Foley steps to the plate. Foley's 1 for 2. And his bunting is 95%. So if we want to sacrifice bunt, he will have to roll under a 9.50. Stearns, for him to steal, to get a proper lead, he has to roll under a 430. If he gets that, he has to roll under a 660 for the steal. We're going to attempt the stolen base here. So we need under a 430. We get that, and now we're rolling. And he's Stearns steals second base. Great job by John Stearns. Gets himself in scoring position. So Foley's up at the plate, as I stated. He's hitting 250 with 1 RBI. 1 for 2 today. And he will put down a bunt to move Stearns over to third. He needs under a 950. That's a bunt out in front of the plate. But it's far enough away from Rader where he has to go to first. Stearns advances to third. The sacrifice works. 1 down. Craig Swan steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. We're hoping that Swan can hit a fly ball deep enough to score Stearns from third. Or possibly a wild pitch. Passed ball, an error. Mets desperately want to get this third run here. We could try a squeeze play also. But I think we're going to let Swan swing away. Though his strikeout possibilities 0. So 201 and under, and Swan does not put the ball in play. He strikes out. We might go with a squeeze play here. We're going to go with a squeeze play. Stearns on third. Great jump. Lamp barehands it. Amazing throw. And they get the out. Oh. Wow. Lamp quickly off the mound. Quickly tosses it to Rader, who tags out John Stearns at the plate. Swan reaches first base on the fielder's choice. Another run cut down at the plate for the Mets. Lamp showed some cat-like quickness on that one. Alrighty, Mazzilli steps to the plate. 3 for 3, 1 RBI, 2 outs. Swan's at first. Would love to see Mazzilli get a hold of one, drive one to the gap. Mazzilli needs a 6.38 or greater to reach base safely. Here's the pitch from Lamp to Mazzilli. That's a 9-1-5, and Mazzilli is 4 for 4, as that's a single into right field. And we need under a 6.44. We're going to send Swan, and he gets to third. Swan goes first to third, once again running on Bobby Mercer's arm in right field. Bobby Mercer does no longer has that canning of an arm like he did when he came up as a youngster. So first and third here. It's up to Bobby Valentine to knock in Swan now. Lamp is 2 over his threshold. He's now up to 3 over his threshold. 28 batters. Bobby V steps to the plate. He'll need a He'll need a 7.69 or greater to knock Swan in with a single. 2 outs. To reach base safely 700 or better. Here's the pitch to Bobby V. The dice roll. 2-2-5. That's a fly ball out to right field. Deep. Deep. Mercer dives and he makes the catch. Unbelievable. Robbing Bobby Valentine of extra bases and 2 RBIs. Wow. That just kept the Cubbies in the game. What a great catch by the aging Bobby Mercer. We go to the top of the 7th. Mets 2, Cubs nothing. Due up for the Cubs. The man who just made a web gem of a catch, Bobby Mercer, and Dave Kingman and Manny Trio. They'll be facing Craig Swan. Mercer needs a 6.34 or greater to reach base safely. Here's the pitch from Swan to Mercer. (1-0-3). That ball goes out to Henderson. Henderson keeps going back on it and he makes the catch. 1 down. Dave Kingman steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Kong needs an 8.04 or greater to reach base safely. A home run swing consists of a roll of 9.54 or higher. The windup and the pitch to Dave Kingman. The dice roll. 1 out, no one on. Cubs trailing 2-0. 0.85, that's a strikeout. Big swing and a miss. 2 down. Swan is in a zone today. So with 2 outs, no one on, Manny Trio steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Manny needs an 8.03 or better to reach base safely. Swan works quickly. Here's the pitch. The dice roll. 5-1-4. Slow roller out in front of the plate. Stearns grabs it, throws to Montanez, inning over. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Mets cling to their 2-0 lead. Due up for the Mets, Youngblood, Montanez, and Henderson. Mets would love to tack on a couple more runs here. Dennis Lamp comes back out onto the mound for the Cubs. He's now up to 29 batters faced. That's 4 over his threshold. He's not in the penalty yet, though, as we have not seen the box light up red. The pitcher's box will light up red when he is tired, and it will say he's tired. So Joel Youngblood steps to the plate, 2 for 3. Joel needs a 7.35 or more to reach base safely. Here's the pitch from Lamp. The dice roll. 0.66, that's a strikeout. Swing and a miss, 1 down. Let's just check how many strikeouts Mr. Lamp has. Lamp struck out 4. Swan struck out 5. 1 away. Willie Montanez, the Mets' first baseman, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has walked once, though. Montanez needs a 6.60 or better to reach base safely. A home run swing for Willie consists of a dice roll of 9.89 or higher. The windup and the pitch to Montanez. 0.38. That ball goes to Trio at second. High hopper. Trio throws to Buckner, 2 down. 2 outs, no one on. Ken Henderson steps to the plate. He'll need to get something to reach base safely to continue this inning. Henderson needs a 7.08 or greater. The windup and the pitch to Henderson. That's a 0.46. Strikeout. Goes down looking. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 8th. Still 2-0 Mets. Due up for the Cubbies. Raider, Cruz, and Lamp. Dave Raider, Cubs catcher, steps to the plate, 0 for 2. Mr. Raider needs a 7.69 or greater to reach base safely. Here's the pitch from Swan. The dice roll. We await the result. 6.60. That ball's to Tim Foley at short. And he throws over to Montanez. 1 down. Hector Cruz steps to the plate, 1 for 2. Cruz, how do you do? Needs a 7.85 or higher to reach base safely. Swan sets and delivers to Cruz. The dice roll. 1 out, no one on. 2-0 Mets. 3-2-8. That ball's out to left field. Henderson's there. It's a long run. He jumps and he makes the catch. Robbing extra bases from Cruz. So with 2 outs, no one on, Dennis Lamp, the pitcher, steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. It's the top of the 8th. The Cubs are down 2-0. I'm wondering if the Cubbies will pinch hit for Dennis Lamp. I know I would, but I don't control the Cubbies. So I'm going to click pitch and let's see what happens. Let's see if a pinch hitter comes up. If not, Lamp needs an 8.38 or greater to reach base safely. Here's the pinch hitter. So the Cubbies do go to their bench, and it's going to be Steve Ontiveros. In 1978, he hit .243, and against right-handed pitching, he hit .285. So if Ontiveros can get on base, that would continue the inning, and Ivan DeJesus would represent the tying run at the plate. If Ontiveros gets on base, DeJesus is on deck. Ontiveros needs a 6.50 or greater to reach base safely. 2 outs, no one on. Here's the pitch to Steve Ontiveros. The dice roll. 1-6-0. That ball goes out to right field to Ken Henderson. Henderson's there. He makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mets still lead the Cubs 2-0. Due up for the Metropolitans, Henderson, Stearns, and Foley. And the new pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, Donnie Moore. In 1978, he had 9 wins, 7 losses. Let's just bring up his 9 wins, 7 losses, and 4 saves. His ERA was 4.12. He'll be facing Steve Henderson, righty-righty matchup here. Henderson 1 for 3 with a run scored. Henderson needs a 7.21 or greater to reach base safely. The windup and the pitch from Donnie Moore. That's a 6.88. That ball's going out to Mercer in right field. Again, that's a deep, deep fly ball. He leaps and makes the catch and crashes into the wall. Wow, Bobby Mercer's turned in a couple of web gems today. 1 down. Mercer definitely robbed extra bases once again from a Met batter. So John Stearns steps to the plate. 2 for 3, the Met catcher. 1 RBI, 1 run scored. Here's the pitch to Stearns. Stearns needs a 7.07 or greater to reach base safely. The dice roll. 6.68. That ball's a trio at second. Hard ground ball. Throws to Buckner, 2 down. Tim Foley now steps to the plate. 1 for 2. Timmy needs a 7.36 or higher to reach base safely. The windup and the pitch from Moore. The dice roll. 2.66. That ball's going out to left field. Kingman's there. He makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the 9th. Mets still lead the Cubs 2-0. Mets 3 outs away from a victory. Cubs 3 outs away from a defeat. Someone's going to have the thrill of victory. Someone's going to have the agony of defeat, as Wide World of Sports used to say on ABC. Due up for the Cubbies here in the top of the 9th. DeJesus, Gross, and Buckner, the top of the order. Ivan DeJesus, the Cubs shortstop, 0 for 3. For him to get on base, he needs a 7.54 or greater. Craig Swan has gone 8 innings. He's trying to close out this game as, once again, the Mets bullpen is pretty much depleted. Swan has faced 27 batters out of his allotted 29, so he can get through this game. Here's the pitch to DeJesus. The dice roll. 9.40. That's a single to center. Mazzilli couldn't get to that shallow fly ball. So the tying run steps to the plate in Greg Gross. But for him to tie the game up on a home run, he has to roll a 9.99 to reach base safely, 7.20 or greater. DeJesus is definitely a threat to run, but I do not know if the Cubbies will have him stealing down 2 runs when the tying run is at the plate. Here's the pitch to Gross. We await the dice roll. DeJesus at first, no outs. 0-7-2, that is a strikeout. Swing and a miss. And DeJesus was running on the play as it must have been a failed hit and run. And he steals second base. Youngblood puts the tag down, but too late. So on the failed hit and run, DeJesus gains second base. The Mets gain an out. So now Bill Buckner steps to the plate. He represents the tying run. His home run odds are not much better than Gross's. Buckner needs to roll a 9-9-8 or a 9-9-9 to tie this ball game up with one swing of the bat. To reach base safely, 7:09 or greater. Here's the pitch from Craig Swan to Billy Buck. DeJesus at second. 1 out. Mets lead 2-0. 3-9-1, that's a fly ball to Henderson. Shallow fly ball. Henderson's coming in on it. He makes the catch. 2 down. The Cubs pin their hopes now on an aging Bobby Mercer, who's made 2 fabulous plays in right field. Mercer's home run swing, he needs a roll of 9-9-2 or greater to reach base safely to continue the inning. 6-3-4 or better. 2 outs. DeJesus at second. Here's the pitch to Bobby Mercer. The dice roll. Two, 5-6. That's a fly ball. Deep, deep, deep. At the track, Henderson makes the catch. This ball game is over, folks, as the Mets fans applaud the effort of their hometown team. Craig Swan goes the distance. The Mets win 2-0. What a great game. Very fun game to play, and hopefully, if you're watching now or watching later, I hope you enjoyed it. We have Elin in the chat. If he's still there, I hope he enjoyed it. And remember to check out EO Sports League. That's Elin's channel. He does a lot of fun stuff there. So let's quickly go to the box score of what was a tremendously fun game to play and call. Let's go to the pitching. And the player of the game is going to be Craig Swan. I'm giving him the player of the game. He went 9 innings. He threw a 3-hitter. No runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Swan earns the player of the game. For the Cubs, Dennis Lamp pitched quite well. 7 innings, 11 hits. He scattered 11 hits. 2 runs, both earned. It could have been worse. The Mets had 2 runners thrown out at the plate. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Donnie Moore came in, threw 1 inning. Clean slate. And the hitting star for the Mets was Lee Mazzilli, 4 for 4 with an RBI. And then you had Joel Youngblood, 2 for 4. And John Stearns, a catcher, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Steve Henderson, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Those were the hits for the Mets. The 3 hits for the Cubs came from their shortstop, Ivan DeJesus, Hector Cruz, the third baseman, and the pitcher, Dennis Lamp. Oh yeah, I forgot. Craig Swan also had a hit. He was 1 for 2. He did everything. So this is Al, Red Sox fan, saying thank you very much for watching. The 1978 New York Mets defeat the 1978 Chicago Cubs. April 10th, 1978, Retro World style. Replay using Digital Diamond Baseball. I'll be back shortly with another game. Al, Red Sox fans, saying thank you very much for watching. Once again, thank you to Elin in the chat. And remember to check out EO Sports League. That's Elin's channel. Does a lot of retro gameplay. Hope you enjoyed this if you're watching now or later. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want, subscribe, share. But most of all, come back. Feel free to jump in the chat or put in the comments some of your fond baseball memories of whatever season or the present season. Who do you root for? What do you think they're going to do? And how do you think they're going to do this year? So health and happiness. Take care. Until next time. Bye-bye. God bless.